Right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. This is an enhanced research enhancement skill seminar. So today with us, we have a senior librarian from Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, Mr. Muhammad Hazrul Muhammad Hussein. He will give a talk or a webinar on smart referencing using Mendeley. So I would like to remind all of you, the participant, to mute your microphone and you may ask questions along the way. Okay, I hope it's okay with Mr. Hazrul. Okay, so we will have a one-to-one session, or this is kind of a closed session where you can ask anytime. We have time until 12 p.m. today. So do not press any record button. I'll record it for you. And at the end of the session, if you have any question, we will have extra Q&A, and feedback form will be posted in the chat box. I think about 15 minutes before we end the session. So without further ado, I pass the session to Mr. Hazrul. Over to you, Mr. Hazrul.
Okay, sorry. Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Mazwana, and thank you, IPSIS, for having me on to this session. And I would like to welcome everybody on our webinar, Research Enhancement Skills Seminar, okay, on smart referencing using Mendeley. As mentioned by Dr. Siti Mazwana, I am Muhammad Hazrul Muhammad Hussein, a senior librarian in Tun Abdul Razak Library. So on today's session, okay, it's actually I have the time of my life. Okay, it's actually we have the time of our life. I was given 3 hour session. Okay, so basically, if you have any question throughout my session, feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, I will try to find the solution or maybe show you the examples that you need to know, okay, during the session. If let's say if you have any other questions to ask, if you maybe too shy to ask during the session, later I will give you my email address so that you can ask me using my email and so on. Okay, hold on for a while. Okay, so on today's session, there will be two parts. Okay, normally for the first part, I will be talking on the slides, using the slides, and mostly it will be on what is referencing and what you need to know anything about referencing and so on. I think most of you is familiar with referencing, but as to make it, how I should say this, to make it um, as a refresher, okay, so that you guys um, still remember how to do your referencing and so on, even though we are using Mendeley later on, but at least you need to know the basics, some of the basics, okay? All right, so let me share my screen for a while. Okay, and then on the second part of the session, after I finish on talking on using the slides, and we will go on directly. Yeah, hold on for a while. I'm not using something wrong with my video for a while. Hold on, yeah. Let me do this. Okay, sorry. So, okay, on the next part of the session, it will be a live session on using the Mendeley itself. So I will teach you on how to download, okay, where to install, how to download, and then how can you register your account, and then the use of Mendeley itself until you are able to generate the referencing using Microsoft Words, okay. So I think I need somebody is not can you please check whether you please mute your microphone. Hold on for a while. I'm having a problem with my laptop for a while. Okay, sorry. So, okay, on today's session, it will be on smart referencing using Mendeley. All right. So, for the first part, it will be introduction to referencing. All right. So, what is referencing? Referencing means acknowledging
Mr.
someone.
Hazrul, we
Yes.
cannot see any slides or any
I.
screen. I just see a blank screen.
Oh, okay,
Any
okay,
participant, can you see any content?
okay.
No,
Hold
we
on for a
can't.
while. Okay,
All right.
hold on for a while.
I can see.
Yeah,
I
we
can see.
can. I can see.
I
Okay,
can
some of
I
you
see.
can
can
see
see, some
too.
of you cannot see. Okay, hold on, yeah. Let me share once again. Okay, hold on for a while.
Okay, looking
So,
good.
all right, okay. So, all right, so can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so basically, what is referencing? Referencing means acknowledging someone else's work or ideas, and it is sometimes called citing or documenting another person's work. And referencing is a basic university requirement. Without appropriate referencing, students are in effect stealing the work of others, which lead to academic fraud, which is plagiarism. So basically, you are a student and you are a researcher. Okay, so once you are a student, meaning that your student's life will be involved, most of your time will be involved in doing research. Okay, your assignment is your research. Your project paper is your research, and so on. Whenever you want to do your research, meaning that you have to refer other people's work. Okay, when you want to refer other people's work and you want to use it into your own, okay, you have to acknowledge their work or ideas. Okay, so the best way to acknowledge their work or ideas is through referencing. Okay, either by citing or referencing. Okay, so you have to do that. You cannot escape, meaning that you cannot choose not to cite other people's work even though you are using their content and so on. Okay, so that is what we call as plagiarize. Right, so be careful. When citing, you need to know who created the work, right? When it was published, where it was published, what is the format, and when you are using online resources, please you need to insert the URLs as well. Okay, so these are the basic that is needed. Okay, whenever you want to cite other people's work. Okay, so who normally represents the name of the author itself, or maybe the name of the organization, or maybe the name of the team who created the work. Okay, so when it was published, normally it will be the date of the publication. All right, and then where it was published, either the name of the publisher itself, of the name of the journal, or maybe the name of the web page, and so on. Okay, all right, so next, when should I do citation or reference? You do your reference whenever you have used a piece of information that comes from textbook, journals, published papers, newspapers, report, websites, TV, radio, interview, films, and others. Meaning that whatever resources that you referred to, okay, you have to do a proper citation or reference. Okay, so you cannot um, uh, even though the resources that you referred to is, let's say, something that is in a form of I couldn't make out words, sorry, maybe in the form of pamphlets, or maybe a small card or whatsoever. Okay, any resources that you refer to, please, you have to give a proper citation or references. Even though, as long as it is not belong to you, it is someone else's work, please do cite them so that they get a proper acknowledgement or credit. Okay, so even if you take something that is a lyric from a song, or maybe a script from a movie, or anything. Okay, whatever the resources that you refer to, you have to give a proper citation or referencing. Okay, when doing your citation or referencing, okay, there are few writing style involved. Okay, You have APA, you have MLA, you have Oxford, you have Harvard, Chicago, Turabian, IEEE, and so many more. Okay, so you can choose whichever writing style that is used according to your faculty, meaning that you have to ask your lecturer or you have to ask your supervisor what would be the best writing style or citation style for you to use. Okay, you cannot simply choose whatever you want to use because you think that writing style itself, it looks very nice when you apply on your writings and so on. Okay, so normally the faculty, they have decided the writing style that they need to use. Okay, so you have to ask your lecturer or you can ask your supervisor. Okay, so for APA, right, or American Psychological Association, okay, as an example, style is most frequently used within the social sciences in order to cite various sources. Okay, so this is an example by using APA. Normally, when you are doing your citation or referencing, okay, so it will consist of two parts. Okay, the first part would be the in-text citation, normally within the body of your paper, and the next part would be the reference list on the separate page at the end of your paper, right? So, for in-text citation, each in-text citation gives just enough information on a particular source. Oops, sorry, to point the reader to the corresponding more detailed entry on the reference list. Okay, normally whatever that you cited, okay, the information, if you are using APA, normally for APA, the rules for APA, you only key in the last name or the surname of the author, followed by the year. If you are using APA, the same goes with the name of the author, followed by the pages. If you are using IEEE, normally it will be cited by number. Okay, so and so on. Okay, so normally if you see the citation only give you just enough information so that the other reader who reads your article or reads your statement, it will point to a more detailed entry on the reference list. Okay, so whenever you read any article, okay, whenever you read an article, don't just read on the article, just please take a look at the reference list as well. Okay, so that is how you extend your search or extend your reading. Okay, so normally it will guide you. Okay, whatever the article that this particular author referred to, you can refer to that article as well. Okay, either you copy and paste the title of the article in the reference into any Google, into any search browser or Google Scholar, or maybe you can find it using the DOI given to you. Okay, normally this is a DOI. DOI means digital object identifier or unique ID for that particular article. Or even if you sometimes if you access some of our online databases, you can find in the reference section. Okay, sometimes you have the full text itself. Okay, they include the full text itself, so you can download the full text direct. Okay, or maybe sometimes they will give you the DOIs, and maybe sometimes it will guide you to the Google Scholar itself, or maybe to Scopus and so on. So please use the reference list to extend your searching or to extend your reading. Okay. So, for example, numerous studies in the field of total quality management practices have indicated a positive effect of these practices on the performance of companies. Okay, so quoted by Lapis, Adebanjo, Kahoe, Kaina, Hansen, and so on. So, meaning that this is a supporting statement. Okay, in this supporting statement, to support this statement, okay, the statement that he or she mentioned here should be paraphrased. Okay, so this statement is supported by these few articles, right? So this would be the common rules in APA, right? APA follows the author year format, either Adam in bracket 2012 or in bracket Adam, comma 2012. Okay, so this format, either Adam in bracket or in bracket Adam, okay, you can use this if you are using either narrative statement or we call it a supporting statement. Okay, this I will show you later in Microsoft Words. So only author's last name or surname is used. Right? For Malay name, full name or first name can be used. Right? In the reference list, the cited sources are listed in alphabetical order. Normally for APA, the rules that you have to follow is the citation or the references. It will be listed in alphabetical order. If you are using IEEE, it will listed in numerical order and so on. Okay. And this is when you are choosing the name, okay, you have to use your surname or last name. So for non-Malay, let's say for David J. Beckham, okay, the surname or the last name would be Beckham. Okay, for Chinese name, Chua Kiman, normally the surname or the family name would be Chua. Okay, so for Jimmy Chu Kim Yong, okay, still the the family name would be Chu, okay, not Jimmy. Normally Jimmy would be the English name for that particular person, right? So for this person Nigel De Jong would be the surname. For Malay name, Asmah binti Omar, normally for non-Malay, it will write for the Malay name like this, Omar. Okay, it is acceptable, but it is best for Malay name. You should use it straight. Okay, direct. Asmah Omar or Asmah. For Indian name, Nessa Mala, anak perempuan Citra Velu, either Nessa Mala or Citra Velu. So this is an example on reference list APA style for books. Okay, so I will not go through this in detail, but at least you have to know the basic. You can just Google the reference list on other styles or maybe on APA for other resources. Okay, so normally the rules for APA, it will consist of author, date, title, and source. And for the if you have any other information on the second line or the third line, for the fourth line and the fifth line, normally there will be an indent involved. Okay, spacing, 0.5 spacing involved. So that would be the rules of APA. And then it is followed by the format. Okay, after, okay, let's say for books, if let's say for books, you have to key in the name of the author, okay, and then followed in bracket for the date of publication, and then followed by the title of the book. Either if you have any edition, you have to mention edition in the bracket. If you it is an audio book, you have to key in the boxy bracket, and then followed by the source. Okay, normally for books, the source would be the publisher name. Okay, and then if it's an ebook, you have to include the URL, either DOI or the common URL. Okay, so this would be the format that you have to follow for every resources. Okay, so this is book. For journal, okay, the rules is the same. Okay, the rules would be the same: author, date, title, and source. Okay, but the format involved is a little bit different. Okay, it involves the same thing as author, date, and title, but what separates from one resources to other resources would be the source area. Okay, for books, the source would be the name of the publisher. But for journal article, the source would be the title of the periodical, okay, the volume, issues if they have any, and then the page number of this article published in this said journal. And if it's an article you obtain from our online databases, then you have to include the URL or the DOIs. Okay, so this would be for journal article. And then for reference list on citing web pages, the same thing. The rules would be the same: author, date, and title. What separates from one resources to other resources would be the name of the website and the URL. Okay. So ethics and plagiarism, okay, the copying of words, sentences, and paragraph directly from the work of another without paraphrase. The copying of illustration, figures, photograph, drawing, models, or other visual and non-verbal materials, including recordings of another without proper credit, and the presentation of work prepared by another in final or draft form as one's own without citing the source. So be careful whenever that you are copying of words or sentences in paragraph directly from other people's work. Okay, you have to paraphrase or rephrase that particular statements, sentences, and so on. Okay, so you cannot copy exactly that particular words and put it into your own research paper or work. Okay, so that is considered as plagiarism. Okay, so whatever you do, you need to paraphrase it or rephrase it. Okay, if you do not know how to, out of ideas on how to paraphrase some certain words, you can use a few softwares available. Okay, there's a Quillbot and then there's one more, a Grammarly. Okay, you can either use Grammarly or Quillbot. Okay, so both of these software, they can help you on paraphrasing, or at least maybe some of the words you can change to, by using different synonyms or related terms. Okay, the same goes with illustration figures. If let's say you are using other people's picture, image, or maybe you are taking the charts, the graph, and then you want to put it into your own. Okay, so for visual material like this, okay, please do give them a proper credit as well. Okay, even though it is still in a final or draft form, you have to cite the source. Okay, so for reference management software currently that is available worldwide, you have so many other reference management software. Okay, so we have Mendeley, EndNote, Zotero, RefWork, BigWork, JAFWorks, and so on, JAFRef, and so on. So, but currently in UITM, we only use Mendeley and EndNote. Okay, so Mendeley is free. Okay, it is an free and open source. Okay, EndNote, if you want to use EndNote, you have to obtain the password from us. Okay, because EndNote, we have to provide you, because we have to pay for the licensing. Okay, so whenever you want to use EndNote, you have to obtain the password from us. But Mendeley is free. You can download directly from the website itself, okay, which I will show you later on. So, and then it is best not to have both of these reference software in one laptop or one PC. Okay, you have to choose either one, Mendeley or EndNote. Okay, if you are using Mendeley, sometimes it's okay to have another application, the same application in the same laptop or PC. But if you are using EndNote, it is best not to have other application, Mendeley or Refu and so on, because you can see that some of the features in EndNote, there will be some crashing, and then some of the features it will go haywire and so on. So that's why it is best to have either one, Mendeley or EndNote. So this would be the features and benefit for Mendeley and EndNote. So I will not be talking on EndNote. So I will be only talking on Mendeley. So for Mendeley, okay, you will see that they will provide you with desktop version as well as the web version. Okay, so the desktop version is the main function for Mendeley, whereby the web version would be an alternative um, office work for you to do. Okay, so let's say you have to download the desktop version. Later we will download in mendeley.com. So once you download that desktop version, okay, so you can do any work inside the desktop version. And then you will have this synchronize button. Once you click on the synchronize button, it will update the same thing on the web version. Okay, it will synchronize everything, whatever you do in the desktop area, it will synchronize and you get the latest updates on the web version. Okay, so you can use this web version as well. If let's say you did not bring your laptop, or maybe you did not bring your PC to see your supervisor whatsoever. Okay, so in case you want to show to your supervisor whatever work that you have done inside the Mendeley, you can simply access through the web version. Okay, and in the web version itself, you can do almost exactly whatever the desktop version can do. Okay, if you are away, if you are using other people's PC, other people's laptop, and so on, just access the web version and you can do almost everything that the desktop can do. And once you have finished doing in the web version, click on the synchronize button. Later, whenever you get home, you open the desktop version, you will get the latest updates that you have done using the web version, and vice versa. Okay, that's why it mentioned here as double synchronize, right? And currently, Mendeley, previously they have this mobile app, but currently they have obsolete the app, and then it has been replaced by the Mendeley Reference Manager, meaning that you can access using your browser. Okay, and then Both will provide you with 7,000 citation style. Okay, there will be a 7,000 citation style that you can choose from, right? And then both will provide you with 2 GB of storage, cloud storage. Okay, so this cloud storage is more than enough for you to store more than 1,000 articles. Okay, you can store more than 1,000 articles. Normally, the articles that you can insert in Mendeley will be in PDF format. Okay, so you have whatever, meaning that if let's say you have other resources in other formats, either in Microsoft Words or in PowerPoint, you have to convert that to PDF, then later you can insert into Mendeley. Okay, it is best for you to convert directly from the original source to PDF. Okay, do not convert from the original source to JPEG or whatsoever, then you convert the JPEG into PDF. It is not advisable. It is best for you to convert from the original source directly to PDF. Okay, so that you can annotate and you can highlight some of the words in that content, right? So 2 GB of storage is more than enough. You can insert other articles. You can insert other articles from other subjects. You can include other articles from other research as well. So later you can organize that article into a different folder and so on. Okay, so let's say if you want to upgrade yourself into a bigger storage, then you have to pay. So 2 GB storage, as I mentioned earlier, you can insert more than 1,000 article. But if you need maybe larger space, for 5 GB, let's say 10 GB, then you have to pay on your own. Okay. Otherwise, if you keep on using the free version, then it is good enough for you. Okay. So basically, what is Mendeley? So Mendeley, as I mentioned, it is a free academic software. Okay, it consists of the Mendeley Reference Manager on web, and then as well on a desktop version. And then later on, we will use on the Microsoft Word to integrate with Mendeley so that you can cite all the articles that you have import using the Mendeley, and then you can do your bibliography or referencing with the click of a button. Okay. So Mendeley is a reference manager allowing you to manage, read, share, annotate, and cite your research paper. Okay, and academic collaboration network with 4 million users to connect like-minded researchers and discover research trends and statistics. Okay, so let's go to our hands-on session itself. Okay, file. Okay, so you can either follow me or maybe you can refer later on the video session. Okay, um, so you can simply type in mendeley.com. Okay, so this would be the main interface for mendeley.com. So what I want you to do next is to download the software. Okay, the desktop version. You need to have both. Okay, you cannot totally rely on web version because some of the features normally for desktop version you have the full features, but for web version you can only even though you can do 95% whatever that the desktop version can do, but still it is best and more stable to use the desktop version. Okay, so you download this software, and then you can use either for Windows. It will detect instantly. It will detect either you are using Windows or maybe you are using Mac or maybe you are using Linux. Okay, for Windows it is best for you to use Windows 7 or and above. Okay, and let's say if you want to download Windows, you just simply click here. It will download the software for you. Okay, and then while this thing is downloading, I need you to create an account. Okay, so you have to create an account so that you can synchronize between the desktop version as well as the web version. Okay, whatever it is, you need to create an account. And then later on, you have to use the same account in order you to cite your articles in Microsoft Words. Okay, so this is a simple account that you need to be created. Okay, so key in your any email. You can use any email, but it is best for you to use your personal email rather than your UITM email. since your UITM email, once you finish your studies, once you graduate, uh, your account will be terminated. Okay, so that's why it is best for you to use a personal email so that you can access all your hard works in Mendeley later on. Okay, so currently I'm using my UITM email since okay. Click on continue. Okay, and then because I have an account already, once click on continue, it will go straight into registration. Okay, so you can register your account and fill up a few required fields, and then your passwords. Okay. All right. So once you have registered your account, you can sign into this account directly. Okay. So this would be your web version. Okay. So this is your web version account on Mendeley. Right. So let's go and install our desktop version. Okay, this is a simple installation. Just click install. Right, and then you click on finish. Okay, if you are using a MacBook, especially if you are using M1 chip or M2 chip, not the previous version, okay, you might have some problem installing the plugin for Microsoft Words. Okay, you might have some problem. If let's say you are nearby, please come and see me in Tun Abdul Razak, the main library, and we will try to resolve that matter. Okay, it is best for you to come and see me face to face so that we can try to find the solution. Normally, it involves the installation of Rosetta 2. Okay, but some laptops, even though you have that Rosetta, but you will have this one problem which I will need to identify. Okay. Okay, so this is your web version. Okay, let's go back to the desktop version. Okay. Right. So this is your desktop version. Okay. Because I have signed in through my web version, so it is automatically signed into my desktop version as well. Okay. So let's sign out for a while. Okay, so this is by default it should be like this. Okay, so you have to sign in your desktop version. Okay, so do sign into your registered account. Okay, this is your desktop version. All right, and then this is your web version. All right, to see the same interface in web version and desktop version. Okay, so you go to your web version and then you choose the library, this library tab on your top right button. Okay, click on library and then you get the same interface. Okay, okay, so this is your web version and this is your desktop version. Okay, so what sets them apart in desktop and web version? Okay, normally in desktop you have this feature. You have this menu, file, edit, tools, okay, and help button. But for web version, you don't have that button. Okay, you only have the features for Mendeley button or for add new notebook, okay, and so on. Right. So that's why I say it is best for you to use this desktop version. Okay, but you can use this, install the desktop version first, and later if you want to continue to use your web version, you can do so. Okay, so this is your desktop version. So okay, so what you need to do first is to install, you go to tools, okay, and then install Mendeley web importer, and then it will go straight to your default search browser. Okay, currently I'm using Chrome, so that's why it will recognize this get web importer for Chrome. If you are using Edge, then it will mention as get web importer for Edge, for Firefox and so on. But it is not compatible with Safari. Okay, so you have to choose another browser. Okay, so get web importer for Chrome. Okay, I need you to mute the microphone. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, let me.
Let me. Can you mute that person? Okay, thank
Yes.
you very
Okay, done.
much. Okay, thank you. So what you need to do is to add to Chrome. Okay, and then add the extension. Okay, once the extension is added, you can see from this. If you're using Chrome, okay, you can use this. If you can see this jigsaw puzzle piece here, click on this piece, and then you can see the plugin has been installed in your Chrome. Okay, so this is your Mendeley web importer. So what I need you to do is to pin this, so you can see from outside. Okay, so this is your web Mendeley importer, which I will show you later on the function. All right, so let's go back. Now, so this is your desktop version. Okay, so you can import most of your references into this um, software. Okay, so you can see you have your, on the left side, you can see all the menus, and then in the middle side, you can see the references or the list of articles which we will insert later on. Okay, there are a few ways on how you can insert all your articles inside here. Okay, so the first way would be add new. Okay, so you click on add new, and then you choose file from computer. Okay, and then you just go to any folder that you have downloaded most of your articles. Okay, it is best if you go to any online databases, and then after that you download a few articles and you put it into one folder, so that later it is easier for you to retrieve those articles. Okay, so let's say you choose a few articles, you can either choose one or more articles at one time. Just click open, and then instantly it will upload all the 4 articles inside here. Okay, now you have currently you have 2, and then the other 2 is on the way. All right, so currently we have 4 articles that we have insert in our Mendeley. Okay, so whatever you do, don't forget to click on this synchronize button. Even though this button will sync automatically in a time frame of 2 minutes. Okay, so but it is best for you to do it manually as well. So I need you to press this, so that this is a sync button, meaning that you can save this into the cloud storage given, so that it will appear the same thing, the same update in your web version as well. Okay, so let's check our web version. Right, so you should get the same thing. Okay, so this is our web version. Currently we have 4 articles as well. Okay, all right, so let's insert articles from web version. Okay, so you do the same thing, add new files from computer. It's my PDF. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so there you go. So this is from web version. So don't forget to synchronize as well. And then later on you can check on your desktop version. So most of the articles that we insert in the web version, it's here. Okay. So currently we have 12 articles inside here. So the other way on how you can insert the article is through drag and drop. Okay. This is my desktop version. You can drag and drop most of the articles that you have. So let's say you just drag and drop a few articles inside here. Okay. Simply drag and drop, and then it will upload all the articles. Okay. Let's say I just want to drag and drop most of these articles inside. Whatever it is, it depends on your internet connection. Okay. If you have a strong internet connection, then the uploading would be faster. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you can insert more than 1,000 articles. It depends on each size of the particular articles. Okay. And then it should be in PDF. Okay, we just wait for a little while. Okay, so currently we have, let's see how many articles currently we have. We have 60 references or 60 articles in our Mendeley account. Okay, so you click on synchronize. Don't forget to synchronize so that it will update in the web version. Okay, so whenever you are doing your work, you don't have to open both. Okay, just open one, either the web version or the desktop version. So currently I'm showing you the differences. Okay. Okay, so this is the desktop version. Again, all right, so another way on how you can add the articles, okay, is through directly using the web importer that we have just installed earlier. Okay. All right, let's go to our online database. Okay, so you can access our online database through MyKM, okay, my knowledge management portal. You sign in with your Google account. It should be your UITM Google account, not your personal Google account, okay? All right. So choose on online database. Okay, I will use Science Direct. And then let's see, okay, so let's say this is my search. Okay, currently I have 1,883 results on linguistic behavior, articles on linguistic behavior, and I just click on subscribe journal so that I can only see article that is in full text. Okay, whatever that we subscribe. Okay, so let's say if you want to the traditional method, okay, on exporting articles normally by using this export button. Okay, let's say this is the article that you want to choose. Click on export. You export citation to IRS. Okay, and then it will download in RIS format. And then once you open your Mendeley, you click on add new. Okay, you import library. Okay, import library and choose RIS. Okay, and then just go to your wherever folder that you downloaded that RIS version. So this is my export. I'm currently importing this article. I click on open, and then instantly it will upload the article. Okay, so currently I have this article. If I click on this article, okay, the article the metadata for this article is complete. Okay, but it doesn't have any attachment. Okay, there will be no attachment. You can only see files. Okay, empty files. Okay, what you can do next is either to download this PDF. Okay, you download this PDF and later on you can attach. Okay, just attach to this section files here. It's actually you can attach more than one articles in one topic. Let's say this topic, let's say you have few articles included. The secondary article, maybe statute involved, maybe patent documents and so on. You can insert more than one articles for one title. Okay. So once I have once I have attached the articles, and you can see in this section here, there will be an attachment. Okay, if you see any section on the file area with a document image display, meaning that this article is included with attachment. This title is included with attachment with the PDF. Okay, right. So that is one way on how you can insert your article by using the export button. Okay, another way is you can use this Mendeley web importer. Okay, so you click on this web importer. Okay, whatever it is, it depends on your internet connection as well. Okay, the setback for this Mendeley importer is normally depends on your internet connection. It is best for you to use maybe during the night time where everybody is asleep and so on, so that you get a faster network and so on. Okay, normally it should read with the PDF. Whatever that you can see that this is the title for this article, and this article with PDF, meaning that we subscribe to the full text access. We have the full text access, but in the web importer, it display as PDF not found. Okay, normally it should display the PDF. Again, it depends on your internet connection. So what you can do is either you refresh the whole page again, and then you just click again to this web importer, so that it can refresh on the page as well. Okay, so it's the same thing, never mind, so you can do later on. Normally you should find some article, whatever articles that you want with PDF. Okay, it is best to have the article with PDF. Okay, as you can see from here, this one is included with PDF. What else? What else? What other articles with PDF? Alright. So let's say I just choose this article and this article. Where is the article? Okay, and then I just want to choose this few article with no PDF. You can do that as well. Okay, if let's say you want any type of the articles in this particular page, okay, just click add to Mendeley. Okay, and then just wait for them to upload. As you can see, once it is finished, it will mention as tick on PDF, tick on reference, and if article with no PDF, it will only tick on reference. Okay, and then you open your Mendeley account. Okay, you can simply synchronize the account so that it will display. Okay, so we have the articles that we have choose from by using the web importer. So I have two articles with PDF with attachment. Okay, so these two articles with no PDF. Okay, but complete with the metadata. Okay, so again, if you need that article, either you are using the export or maybe you want to use the web importer. Okay, so both of the both of the features can give you a very good complete metadata. Okay, if let's say with no PDF, you can download the PDF later and attach using this file section. Okay, okay, so well, let me choose just one more article. Let's see if you want to choose one more article. Right. On this article, I just want to add to Mendeley. For a while. Okay. Okay. So one more article is added. So let's say if you want to attach, simply download the PDF, then you can attach through the information section. Okay. All right. So another way you can insert your articles for metadata. Okay. Not with the attachment, but for metadata, you can just click add new. Okay. And then you add entry manually. Okay. And then you just use this identifier. Okay. By using the DOI. Click on the DOI, okay, copy and paste the DOI from the particular article, and then you add on entry. Yep, sorry. You look up for metadata. All right. And then it will look up the metadata for that particular article. Okay, a complete metadata for that particular article. Okay, and then you can add your entry, and you can see this is the article that we insert import by using the DOI. Okay, again, for the files, for the attachment, you can include later on, right? So, okay, so this would be the ways of how you can insert all your references into your account, your Mendeley account. Okay, some of which you can see with attachment, and some of which is without the attachment. So the attachment you can add later on. Okay, so let's say let's say you can do, you just choose one article for you to read. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's say if I choose this article, double click on the title, and normally it will download the PDF. Okay, and then you can start to read your PDF directly from here. Okay, so in your Mendeley account, okay, so in your Mendeley account, you can insert most of your subject together. You can have other subject, other research in one account. Okay, you don't have to create another account for different subject and so on. Okay, just use the same account, and then you include all other subjects or maybe all other research paper in one account. Okay, so later I will show you on how can you organize those paper into one folder. Okay, let's go back into the same article. Okay, let's say this is the article. Okay, so it is best whenever, before you do your reading, please check on the information area. Okay, so this area is as important as this section or any other section in Mendeley. Okay, so this is a vital section, meaning that if you ignore this section, if the information is incomplete, or maybe the information is wrong, somehow it is wrong. So whatever you have here, it will be the same thing. It will be the same in displaying your references later on, because in doing your reference or in doing your citation later in Microsoft Word, it depends on this metadata here. Okay, if it's wrongly spelled, then you will have the same thing in your reference later on. Okay, if it's incomplete, then your references will be incomplete as well. Okay, that's why do not ignore this information section. Okay, it should display the same thing, whatever that is showing in the article. Okay, so let's say first thing first, you need to identify whether this is a journal article or not. Okay. If it's not a journal article, then you can simply choose here. If it's a book, then choose a book. If it's a book section, choose for book section, and so on. If let's say the resources is not here, okay, if it's a totally different resources, then and it is not listed here, choose unspecified. Okay, so whatever it is, do not ignore. So meaning that you have to choose according to the resources, because different resources require different information. Requires different metadata for you to fill in. Okay, so this metadata normally has been filled up for you by the publisher. Okay, even though it has been filled up by the publisher, sometimes there will be some mistakes and so on. You need to check that. Okay, so let's say for journal article, let's say this is a journal article. Okay, and then for journal article, the basic information for journal article should be the name of the author, the year of the publication, the title of the article, and then the source would be the title of the periodical, and then the volume, and then issue, if any, and the page number. That would be the basic information for journal article. So you should check for that basic information so that it is complete. Okay, so let's check on the title. So the title, mechanisms of regulation in speech, linguistic structure, and physical control system. Okay, it should be the same. If it's not the same, if let's say um it mentioned here as different title, or maybe it is incomplete. Okay, the title only mentioned until up to linguistic structure, but in the original article, okay, there's more. The title involve more than linguistic structure. It includes and physical control system. So what you can do is just copy and paste. Okay, you don't have to retype and so on. Okay, save your time by copy and paste in this section only. Okay, and then it is best for you to use sentence case rather than uppercase. Sometimes when you copy and paste the title, the original title in the article is in uppercase. Okay, make sure you use sentence case. You just copy and paste the, let's say, for example, hold on a while. Okay, let me open. If let's say the title is in uppercase, you can either change it here or you can just use the fastest way in Microsoft Words or maybe in PowerPoint, so on. Okay, let's say this is in, okay. Let's say the title is in uppercase. Okay, so you just change this, copy and paste somewhere in Microsoft Words or Microsoft PowerPoint, and then you can just change this to sentence case. Okay, just change this to sentence case so that you will get a standard whenever you are doing your references, so that your references will be in standard format. Okay, if let's say this title, you copy and paste the title and then the title is in uppercase, but the other article, the title is in sentence case. Whenever you do your referencing, you can see the differences. One references in uppercase, one reference in sentence case, one reference in um, capitalize each word, and so on. Okay, so it is best to standard the title in sentence case by using sentence case. Okay, what is next? Okay, so next would be the name of the author. Okay, click on the name of the author. Okay, it should be the same, meaning that if you have 3 authors, it should display 3 authors here. If let's say you have 10 authors here, but they only display for 5 authors, then you have to add up another 5 or more authors. Okay, so again, the concept is whenever you want to add on other authors, it should not be next to each other. It should go line by line. Right. So let's say for other names, it should be in last name followed by first name. So let's say for me, James, if let's say I want to add up, and then for Malay name, it should be direct. Okay, either you want to make it full or maybe just the first name, you can do that. Okay, if it's an organization name, okay, it should be direct. Or maybe if it's a group name, it should be direct as well. All right. Okay. Next, other information that is important for journal article should be on the name of the journal. Okay, the title of the periodical. So you can find most of the information in this article. So this is the name of the journal. Okay, Journal of Phonetics. And then the year of publication is important. Okay, year, the publication area. Okay, the year is from 2000, it is 2017. And then the pages 1 until 7. Okay, the pages is important for journal article. Okay, and then next would be volume. Volume is number 64. Okay, so there are no issue involved. All right, so next you see more information. Month, day. Okay, and then you can have your abstract here for fast, for quicker reference and so on. Okay, if let's say you don't want to add any abstract, you don't have to. But if let's say you want to do a quick reading while looking at your Mendeley account, you can just insert the abstract here by simply copy and paste. You don't have to type in one by one. And then if let's say you are doing an annotated bibliography, it is best to have your abstract so that later when you want to generate your references in annotated bibliography format, then it will include the abstract for you automatically. Okay, so next would be okay, the DOI is here, the scope, the PUI is here as well. Okay, so that's it. All right, so do the same thing to all other articles as well. Okay, do the same thing to all other articles. If let's say sometimes even though you see it's complete, you see that the metadata seems complete, but whenever you open the article, maybe there will be some mistakes that needs to be taken. The matters need to be taken immediately so that you will have a proper referencing later on in your Microsoft Words. Okay. Okay. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, okay, you can include other articles, other subject in one account. Okay, whenever you have your other subject in one account, okay, the article will not be in place, meaning that the article will not listed in um, uh, will not be in strategic order. Normally, if let's say you open today, if you open some of the article, it will be listed above some, and then for the next day, the same article maybe it will listed in the middle, and then maybe it will listed in the last page and so on. Okay, you cannot reorganize your article in this section here. Later, you can organize in the collection, which I will show you later on. Okay, so whenever you want to do your reading, okay, please, let's say today you have read one article, and then tomorrow you want to continue other article. Let's say it is not in synchronized. Okay, let's say you read other article which is here. Okay, once you have read this article, you click on this article. Hold on. Right. Hold on, I cannot open this article. Okay. Okay, so let's say you are reading this article, and then next week you continue to do your reading, and then maybe for this article, and then it is not in sequence. Okay, so you cannot organize your article in sequence in that section. Okay, that's why the article will be not in order. So after you have read the article, normally there will be an indicator to show you which article that you have read and which article you haven't read yet. Okay, so normally for the indicator, you have to rely on this green button here. If let's say you see any green button or green icon, means that you haven't read that article. If let's say the green button is not here, meaning that you have opened the article, especially when you see the green tick, okay, at the attachment, meaning that you have opened that attachment. Okay, so this is an indicator on how you can tell which article you have opened and which article you haven't read yet. Okay, so okay, let's open another article. Okay. Okay, so let's say this is an article that you want to read. Okay, whenever you want to do your reading, please try, before you do anything, again, okay, as I mentioned, please look at the information area so that the information mentioned in the metadata mentioned in the information area and the um, article is the same. Okay. All right. So next, what you can do whenever you do your reading, please find any important statements. Okay. If let's say you do, if you let's say you are browsing through and then you find any statement that you think that it is important, please you can highlight that. Please highlight that particular information. Okay. So you just choose this highlighter. Okay. Either you highlight in text ataupun or you highlight in rectangle. Okay. And then you can choose the color. You have 8 colors for you to choose from, either yellow, green, and until gray. So let's say currently I'm using yellow. Okay, so you just choose the statement that you think that it is important. Okay, let's say up to here, or maybe the whole paragraph. It can be anything. Okay, so once you have highlighted that particular statement, okay, don't just leave that like that. Okay, this is not an exam note that you can remember why did you highlighted that particular statement in the first place. Okay, after you have done highlighting, please use the sticky notes. Okay, you have your sticky notes available here, and then you can choose the same, choose colors that you want to choose for your sticky notes. Okay, okay, so for today I will use the same color whatever that I have highlighted. Okay, so for highlight, just now I use the yellow, and then for sticky notes I will use yellow as well. Okay, And then do your annotation. Okay, please do some annotation, meaning that you have to scribble some notes. Okay, scribble some notes. Why did you highlight this particular statement in the first place? It can be anything. It is an indicator for you later on when you do your writing or you want to do your um, further reading and so on. Okay, so it is best for you to do some annotations. It can be anything. Okay, it's either you want to paraphrase the statements here directly inside this sticky note so that later on when you are doing your writing, you can just copy the paraphrasing statement into your literature review, or maybe you want to add up some examples. Maybe you think that this need more discussion, or maybe you think that this statement can be used for literature review and so on. So it can be anything. Okay, so whatever it is, after you have highlighted that particular statement, please please use the sticky notes to do some annotations. Okay, so let's say this statement is for literature review. Okay, literature review, normally for chapter 2, right? And then after that, just continue to do your reading. And then let's say the same thing, you see another statements that you like and you think maybe it's important. Okay, again, use the highlighter and then choose your color. So currently I'm using yellow as well. Okay, and then you choose, okay, let's say for this particular statement. And then don't forget your sticky notes. Again, do your annotations. Okay, it can be anything. So for this one, I will want to use the same thing statement for literature review. And then again, if you see another important statement, maybe this time around would be a different color, in different color. Okay, for green, let's say I choose green. And then sticky notes, I'm using the green color as well. Okay, let's say this one for need further discussion. Okay, and then again, if let's say another important statement, and this time around, I just want to use a red. Okay, and then the same color for sticky notes, right? And then let's say for this one, for arguments. Okay, so currently I have four highlighted statement, two in yellow, one in green, one for red. So I will want to use the same color to other articles as well. Meaning that if I just browse any other articles, okay, if I just look at the article, if I browse through, if I look at the colors, I know that this color represent literature review. Okay. And then this color represents discussion or further discussion. And then this color represent for argument and so on. So you color coded them so that it will look organized, and then you can it will be much more easier for you to analyze most of the articles by using the sticky notes that you have, the sticky notes as well as the highlighter. Okay, it is not advisable for you to do it in let's say for this article you are using different colors, for other articles you are using different colors and so on. Okay, please try to color coded them so that you be more organized, so that whenever that you look at the article, you know that color represents for what and so on. Okay, and then it will be much easier for you. Okay, after you have highlighted that particular statement, okay, look at the info area. And then what I need you to do next is to use this tag area, the tag button. Okay, use this tag button and include anything, meaning any keywords, so that you will want to use that keyword to other articles as well with the same content, or maybe you want to group them together, or maybe you want to index the same article in one keyword, so that later on when you want to do your searching, it will be easier for you. Okay, so use any text that you like, you think that you can group that article together later on. Okay, so you can have more than one tag. So let's say for this tag, I just want to use For a simple tag, I just want to use for, okay, let's say I have two statements for literature review. So I just put LR. Okay. Make sure you use small case so that for other articles, it's easier for you to remember. Okay. And then if let's say you are using some certain word, okay, make sure you have to remember that you are using that particular word for that particular tag. Okay, if let's say for one article, in one article, your tag would be examples. Okay, for another article, your tag you type in as example without the S. Then it will be in two different tag. Okay, two different tag. And then if you search for example, you will only show article with the word example, not with the word examples. It will be two different tag altogether. Okay, that's why you have to standardize, meaning that if you are using it is best to use the small case, okay, so that you will remember later on. And then let's say if you have other tags, okay, what else, let's say for this one, this is discussion, you just mention at this discussion. Okay, so it's easier for me to tag other articles as well. This one for argument. Right. What else? You can include any other article. So any other text so that you can group with other articles as well. Okay. Let's say I just want to use this in COVID-19. Right. Okay. So once you have done that, okay, you can close and then you can choose other articles. Do the same thing. Check on the information area before you do your reading. Okay. So that make sure it is complete. All right, and then do the same thing on the highlighting and the sticky notes. Okay, let's say for this time around, if I see any statement that is important, maybe this time around would be on yellow. Okay, let's say this one is for yellow represents literature review. So don't forget your sticky notes with the same color. Okay, all right, and then okay for this maybe sorry, and then next one would be red maybe. Okay. Okay, so in the sticky notes, um, yeah, arguments and so on. Okay, and then don't forget your tags in the information area. Okay, I would use the same tag in small case LR so that you will index them together, and then the next part will be argument. Okay, and then you can add any other tag as well so that you can group the same article with different articles together. Right, so maybe this one for linguistic. Okay, let's go on to other article. Oops, sorry, not this. Okay, for this, maybe on green. Right. Okay, don't forget your sticky notes. Green represents a need for example. Yeah, need more okay, example. Okay, and then don't forget your tag. Let's say this one involve example. Okay, and then maybe another tag, we want to tag them together. Let's say this paper for COVID-19 as well. Let's say, okay, so do the same thing to all other articles as well. Okay, let's say for other article, okay, so let's say this article, you want to use different tag. Let's say this article for different subject. Okay, so mention here as different subject as well so that you can find the article specifically for that particular subject. Physics, physics, okay. Okay, so do the same thing to all other articles. You color coded them, okay, together so that you will know whenever you want to do a quick reading or maybe a quick look at the articles, that so that you know that article consists of literature review, consists of discussions and so on. Okay. If let's say you want to identify which article did you you forget which article did you do your citation, sorry, did you do your what we call that, annotations, okay. I'm sorry. You just want to find out which article that you do your annotations. Okay, maybe you couldn't remember which article, you forgot to key in the text or whatsoever. What you can do is, okay, just click at any articles here and then you click on annotations. Okay, this tab button on annotations, and then you just browse one by one. Choose article, whichever articles that you have read. Okay, so that it will be easier for you. So this article, we have read the article. Okay, normally whatever articles that you have done the annotation, it will display in the annotation section. Okay, and you can see that it's in color. So yellow represents for statement for LR, red represents for argument, and so on. Okay, so you choose another article. So let's say which article. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so if let's say you miss out on certain article, which article that you forgot which article that you have done any annotations, you can simply view through this information area in annotations tab. Okay, so you can see that this will be the annotations that you have done. You can add a few general notes to represent uh, the annotations that you have done in this particular paper. Or maybe, let's say you have done the annotations, but you forget to key in the text. Okay, so you just browse the way I show you, and then after click on info, and then just include the text. Okay. Okay. Next, let's say you have read all your articles inside here. Okay, and how can you organize your articles, sort your articles according to different research paper, or maybe according to different subject and so on. Okay, so what you can do is use this section collections. Okay, key in any name. Okay, you can create a folder, subfolders and so on. Okay, so let's say this is for research paper, right? You have to key in enter so that the name will stay. If let's say you do not key in enter, you will not see the name. Let's say I just do physics. Oops. Okay. If I do not click on enter, you cannot see the name. Okay, it will not stick. The name will not stick. So let's say you have to key in enter. Okay, and then you click on enter, and then you can see the name. Okay, so you can create more than 5,000, not more. You can create exactly 5,000 folders. This is the under collection. This is called folder. Okay, you can create 5,000 folder and subfolders. Okay, under physics, you can create folders, subfolders, subfolders, and subfolders, and so on. The same goes with research paper. You can create folders, subfolders, and subfolders, and so on. Okay, it should be in total of 5,000 folders and subfolders. Okay, so let's say for research paper, click on research paper. I want to do a subfolder under research paper. Click new collection. Okay, chapter 2. Chapter 2 represents literature review. Right. I click on enter, and then I continue again. Click on research paper. I make another subfolder. This time around should be, let's say for chapter 3. Okay, oops. Chapter 3. Click on enter, and then I just want to create another subfolder under research paper. Maybe for uh, discussion. Okay, any paper with discussion, I just wanted to make it in different, okay, in different folder. Okay, so it can be anything. You can name the folder anything so that you will be organized. All your articles will be organized so that only you know which article you want to organize in different folders. What else? Arguments. Okay, arguments. Okay. For physics, let's say you want to do another subfolder, click on the physics part, and then you click on new collection. Okay, let's say assignment 1. Assignment 1. Click on enter, and then after that, another subfolder under physics. Right. Assignment 2. Alright. Okay, so now you have a folder and a subfolder. If let's say you want to do another subfolder, you can do so. Just click at the subfolder that you want to do, another subfolder. Okay, and then the same thing. Click on more action, click on new collections, and then it will go to another subfolder under the subfolder. Okay, so let's say chapter 1. Oops, sorry. Chapter 1 and so on. Okay, so you have a folder, subfolder, subfolder. Right? Okay, so now what you need to do next, you can just simply go to these all references. Okay, so in this all references, this would be your master's list, meaning that all your articles will be here. Okay, now what we need to do next is to duplicate some of the articles here into different subject or different folders. Okay, you can only duplicate whatever it is. The master's list would be will not be in sequence in the master's list. All the articles in the master's list will not be in sequence. Okay, so what you can do is to choose. Let's say this is the article for physics or assignment 1. Okay, you just simply choose any article. Okay, and then let's see, you click on organize, you add to collection. Okay, and then you choose. Let's say this is for assignment 1 chapter. Okay, assignment 1 chapter 1. You click on add, and then it will include all the 3 articles in that particular folder. Okay, 2 articles in that particular folder. Okay, in physics in chapter 1. Okay, but the original article is still here. Okay, you will only duplicate. You will only duplicate the main article inside this, from the main article inside this folder. Okay, so let's say if you can drag, if you want to drag and drop, you can do that as well. Let's say you just drag and drop this article. You will insert the article in the folder. Okay, whatever you do, don't forget to synchronize. Okay. So let's say you want to find other paper for other folders, for arguments, chapter 2, and so on. Okay. So what you can do is by using the filters. Click on filters, and then you can see filter by authors or filter by text. Okay. You can simply choose if you know any authors that you want to filter out. Let's say you want to choose my name. Okay. Let's say this is my name, Azrul. Okay. And then it will list out article with that has my name in the author section. Okay, so let's say this is the article, and then you choose. You either organize, you add to collection, or you can just simply drag and drop. Okay, right. So let's clear this for a while. Okay, or you can use the tag. Okay, the tag that we have done earlier. Okay, so this would be the tag listed. Okay, listed in whatever that we have done in our information section. Okay, so let's say I just want to find any article with literature review. Okay, I just simply click the literature review tag, and then it will list out any articles that I tag them together. So let's say this 2 article contains literature review. So I just choose, and then I click on organize, and then I add to collection. I choose chapter 2, and I add the paper. Okay, if you look at the folder, and you can see the 2 paper is in the chapter 2 folder. Okay, so go back to our references, and then you clear the filters, right? And then again, let's say another paper for discussion. Okay, so this paper will be for discussion. I choose the paper, I click on organize, or I can just drag and drop. Okay, and then research paper for discussion. And then clear the filter, go again, do the same thing, this time around for argument. And then I click on argument, and then there's 2 papers for argument, add to collections, research paper, arguments. Okay, add. All right, so all most of the articles should be here, right? This is how you group your articles together. Oh, okay. So you can group your article together by using the tag. Okay, so you can have different tag for different papers, and then or maybe the same tag for different papers, so that you can index them together. So later when you want to do your searching and you want to exclude some of the paper, or you want to take the same tag, the same paper to another folder, you can use this filter and so on. Okay, so let's go. Another tag would be, let's clear filters. All right, so paper for physics. This one is for physics. Oh, sorry. Okay, physics chapter 1. Okay, clear this again. Physics chapter 2. Let's see. Okay, assignment 2, right? Okay, so currently this is how you want to organize all your papers, okay, all your references into a different article, a different folder for different subject and so on. Okay, so whatever it is, it only duplicates the article from the master's list. You can see from the master's list, the article is still here. Most of the article is still here. Okay, so it will only create a duplication of article in each of this folder. Okay, you can duplicate the same paper in different folder, meaning that if you have the one paper in argument and then the same paper in chapter 2, okay, so it is best for you to do that in case whenever that you want to do your writing. Okay, and then if you are focusing on chapter 2, you just simply click on chapter 2 folder, chapter 2, so that you can only concentrate on chapter 2. And let's say you are doing the paper on discussion, anything that involve discussion, so that you don't have to simply take a look and try to find again. It will be waste of your time just to find which article that has the um, annotations on that needs to be discussed and so on. So you just simply go to this folder discussion, so that you have all your paper with all discussion in one folder. Okay, it will be easier, so you can duplicate. Okay, it doesn't matter if you have the same paper in different folders and so on. Okay, all right, so this is how you can organize your paper according to subjects, according to research papers and so on. Okay, it's much easier for you to do that. Okay, rather than you totally rely on the all references section, since it is not in sequence. Okay, and then the paper, let's say this paper, today it will be displayed as the first paper. Okay, and then later on, if you open it, maybe it will be displayed on the last page and so on. Okay, that's why I say it is not in sequence. So it is best to organize your paper by using this collection section. Okay, so it will be much more easier for you to identify different paper for different subject, for different chapter, for different research and so on. Okay, all right, so next what you can do is to create a group. Okay, this is groups. Okay, so you can create a group. You can create a group among your friends. Let's say you have a group discussion or a group research paper, or let's say you want to collaborate with other researcher from other parts of the world. Okay, so you can create a group here. So simply name the group, click on enter. Okay, then do the same thing, go to this more action button, and then you choose manage group. Okay, choose manage group, and then you can invite up to 50 members per group. Okay, so invite them using their email. Okay, once you have sent the invitation, please do inform that they need to approve the link, the invitation link within 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, or else it will be after 20 minutes, the link will be um, not activated. Okay, so you have to resend again the invitation and so on. Okay, so you can invite up to 50 members. All right, what you can do in the group section, okay, if you click on this test group section, you will have a totally new space. Okay, you have a totally new space. Okay, all your friends, whatever friends that you have invited into this group, they cannot see all your articles in all your references in your collections and so on. Okay, they cannot see whatever articles that you have. You can only see the articles once you insert most of the articles in this group. Okay, the same way where we insert our articles in the collections. Okay, so let's say you choose any articles. Right? Let's say I just want to choose a few articles. Okay, I just want to share to my friends these 3 articles. Let's say, right? Okay, 4 articles. Click on organize. I add to group. Okay, insert in the group. I add on the articles. Excuse me. Okay, so if you check on the groups, you have 4 articles inside here. Okay, so most of your friends, okay, they can insert their articles in that group as well. Yeah. So you can do a discussion through this article, meaning that they can take a look at your article, they can read your article, um, they can highlight whatever statement that is important in that article, and then they can use the sticky notes and do some annotations on that particular statement and so on. So um, you also can take a look or read their articles, whatever articles that they have insert or import into that group. Okay, you can do the annotations, you can do the highlightings and so on as well. Okay, and then whatever that you have highlighted, whatever that you have annotated, okay, your friends can do some amendments on the annotations. They can maybe do some further discussion through the annotations and so on. Okay, so you can use this group section, okay, so to communicate with your fellow researcher of collaborators from other parts of the world and so on. Or maybe you can do a group to include your supervisor. So whatever work that you have done, you want to show to your lecturer, your supervisor, and maybe you want to ask them for some advice on some certain discussion on some certain papers. Create a group, include your supervisor in that group, and then you share that paper into this section here. But make sure your supervisor or your lecturer is using Mendeley as well. Okay, so you can create a group by you can create another group by in Mendeley, so that you can have a further discussion with your collaborators or your other fellow of researcher. Okay, all right, so let's say you have created a group, you have organized your article. If let's say if let's say if you have a book, okay, you read a book, okay, a physical book, or maybe you refer to any physical form of resources, okay, how can you insert all those metadata inside here so that later on, whenever you want to do your referencing, okay, whenever you want to do your referencing or your citation, it can generate for you automatically as well. Okay, so what you can do is go to add new, and then you can add entry manually. Okay, so remember the add entry manually, just now we insert the DOIs. You can either insert the DOIs here, or you can just simply key in yourself. Okay, so let's say if it's a book, okay, first thing first, you need to choose the reference type. Okay, either a book or book section and so on. If you can't find any reference type inside here, just simply use the unspecified. Okay, let's say you want to include books, and then for books you have to identify what would be the basic information needed um, for books to generate a complete references. Okay, so for books in APA, you mostly need authors, you need the date of publication, you need the title of the book. If let's say there are any editions, or if it's a audiobook, please mention the edition or audiobook, and then um, the source would be the publisher, the name of the publisher. If it's ebook, then you have to include the URL as well. Okay, so let's say the title of the book. Okay, Okay, let's say this is the title of the book. Normally, you can find the information on the book itself or the resources itself. Okay, if it's a book, the title would be either in the cover, no, the cover area. Okay, the book cover, or let's say if you open the book cover, you can find the title page. Okay, and then some information. If you open the title page, next to the title page, there will be the verso page. Okay, you can find most of the information through the verso page. Okay, which includes the name of the publisher, the editions, and then you can find the ISBN and so on. Okay, so let's say this is the title of the book and then the name of the author. If let's say you have more than one author, please include all the authors. Okay, for Malay name, it is best to use direct name. Okay, for non-Malay, you have to use the family name or the last name first. Okay, let's say and then if I another one, Chua. Right? Okay, next would be the year of the publication. Okay, that would be one of the most important information needed to generate your references for books. Okay, 2020, 2020. Right. You can identify whether you need to insert pages or not. Okay, for books, pages is not included, so you don't have to include the pages. Okay, even for the volume, it is not important for books. Okay, edition, yes, somewhat important. So let's say you have any third edition. Editors is not important, so you don't have to fill up that. City is not important. Publisher is important as part of the source, right? So Wiley publications, right? Month, day, abstract. Okay, so abstract, if let's say you have any synopsis, summary of the book, you can insert that so for quick reading. Okay, if let's say you don't need that, so you don't have to insert any abstract here. So once you have filled up the basic information needed for that particular reference type, you can add your entry. Oops. Okay, so I have my entry here. Okay, the one we did manually. Okay, so the book, it will be Independence Day celebration. If I click this, you can see the information. Okay, and then you can, let's say if you have any files to attach, you can attach through here. And it is best if, let's say, this is a book, okay, if you want to include the attachment as well, so that you can do the annotation, so that you can do the highlighting and so on. Okay, it is best for you not to scan the whole book. Okay, that would be a copyright issue. So if you want to include the attachment for books, for physical books, just scan some of the pages needed. Okay, just scan a few of the pages needed, and then you scan them together and make sure it is in PDF format, and later on you can attach through the file section so that you can read your articles in using the Mendeley, and then you can highlight some important statements, and then you can do some annotations, and you can share with your friends in the group section and so on. Okay. All right. So it's actually we have done a few. We have imported some of our references into our Mendeley account, and then later on we have organized our article. We have organized our references into different subject, different chapters, different research papers, and so on. We have done our annotations. We have done our highlighting, and then we have create a groups and so on, and we have added entry manually. Okay, so next would be your writing. If let's say you want to do your writing, okay, you have to use Microsoft Words. Okay, it is best for you to use Microsoft Words. It is not advisable for you to use WPS. Okay, WPS is not compatible or any other Office software. Okay, it is best for you to use Microsoft Words. If let's say you do not have any Microsoft Words, you can download from Microsoft Words 365 that is given to you by UITM. Okay, so let's say I'm opening my Microsoft Words. Okay, hold on for a while. Let me choose one article. Hold on, yeah. I just want to find one article. Oh, right now, this article. Okay. Okay. Hold on, yeah. Okay. Let me show you where you can download your Microsoft Office that is given for you for free. Okay, you simply key in mail.uitm.edu.my. Okay, so from here you can see how can you access your Microsoft Office. There will be an indicator, a step-by-step process on how you can download your Microsoft Office. Okay, if you have any problems, you can contact the following numbers and so on. Or you can simply go to this section, Microsoft 365, and then you need to enter your, okay, currently I have my account. Okay, normally it will ask for your account. Okay, so please use your ICSWA ID and account so that you can access to this Microsoft Office 365. Okay, um, once you have access to the Microsoft 365, you can install the apps. Okay, please do install the apps. Okay, just install this Microsoft 365 apps. It will install the whole bunch of Microsoft Office, the Words, PowerPoint, and whatever that falls under Microsoft Office. Okay, it will give, this is given to you for free. Okay, the full version. So but before you do your installation, make sure you uninstall the previous version. Okay, because for Mendeley, it is best for you to use 2016 and above. Okay, all right. So for Mendeley, again, if you want to use Microsoft Words, it is best for you to use 2016 and above. That's why I mentioned just use the Microsoft Office 365 given to you. Okay, since it is free and it is in full version, so why not use it? Okay. So now what you need to do next is to go to insert. Okay, in Microsoft Word, you go to insert, and then after that, I need you to go to get add-ins. Right. So in get add-ins, click on in search button, click on Mendeley. Okay, and then you can see this Mendeley site button. You click on add, and then you click on continue. Okay, it will instantly install the plugin for you. If let's say you are using MacBook for M1 chip or M2 chips, you might have some problem installing this Mendeley site. Okay, that's why I mentioned either you install the Rosetta 2, then you have to install another bridge, which is the Rosetta 2, or if let's say you do not know how to install that, please come and see me physically so that I can help you out on that matter. It is best for you to see me face to face so that I can give you a proper consultation. Sometimes the issue is the same, but sometimes the way I have to find a solution will be a little bit different. It depends on that particular laptop and so on. Okay. Okay, so now to find the Mendeley site, simply go to this references tab. Okay, click on the references tab. You can find the Mendeley site button. Okay, at the end of the ribbon. So this Mendeley site button, whenever you want to do your citation, you have to be online. Okay, you have to be online in order for you to access all the Mendeley site. Okay, so click on the Mendeley site, and then you may need to enter your account that you have registered. Okay, get started. and then enter your account, Mendeley account that you have registered with. And then you get to access most of your articles inside here. Okay, if let's say you have 100 articles, then it will display all hundreds articles as well. Okay, so you can organize either if let's say you want to browse only article that is within your folders and so on, you can simply choose at this section here, the all references section, and then you just choose any part, whatever articles that you have organized. Okay, either in the collection section or the group section. Okay, let's say I just want to focus on research paper, chapter 2, and then it will only display article that is in chapter 2. Okay, so that it will be much easier for you to do your citations. Okay, or maybe you want to do your citation in the discussion paper. Okay, so simply choose the folder discussion, then it will only display the paper that is listed under discussion. Alright, so I just go simple. The same goes with the groups. If let's say you only want to cite only paper that is in whatever you have done in groups, click on groups, and then it will display the paper that is displayed in groups. So currently I will use this all references. Right, so I get all the references inside here. Okay, so let's say you want to do your citation. Okay, you want to cite some the paper here. Okay, hold on for a while. Let me. Okay, so let's say this is your first citation that you want to do. So this is your supporting statement. Normally for supporting statement, you have to cite at the end of your paper to support that particular statement, and make sure your statement you have paraphrase it. Okay, you have to paraphrase your statements. Okay, hold on. Why? Okay, right. Sorry, I have a problem with my laptop actually. Okay, sorry. So let's say this is your supporting statement. Okay, so at the end of the statement, before you put in the full stop, okay, before you put in the full stop, okay, you have to cite that particular statement. So just put a space bar here, and then after that, simply choose the article that you need to be cited. Okay, let's say this is the article. I just want to choose two articles for this statement. I just click on insert citation, and then it is cited immediately. Okay, so currently by default I'm using APA. So you can change this in the citation setting. Okay, click on the references. Next to references, you can see the citation setting. You can change your citation style here. Okay, you have various citation style for you to choose from. Okay, you have 7,000 citation style. Okay, currently that is listed here, only a few. If let's say you couldn't find any of your citation style, click for search on another style. So you just click here, and then you try to find your, let's say for in-house, or maybe, or let's see for, okay, so you can find um, the type of citation style that is needed. Let's say you want this, you click here, and then you update your citation style. Okay, and then it will be updated for you instantly. Right, so next time you want to change the citation style, click on the change citation style. It will be listed here. Okay, so currently I'm using APA, update citation style. Okay, so now you can put on full stop, right? And then let's do another supporting statement. Okay, so let's say this is a supporting statement that you have rephrase, okay, or paraphrase again, right? Go to references and choose your article. Whatever article that you have cited, it will mention here. Okay, you can see the tick button here and then mention as cited, meaning that you have cited this paper. You have used this paper for in different statement previously. Okay, so let's say I just want to use this, and this time around maybe 4 articles involved. Okay, so I insert citation, and then you get your, okay. So this is hold on for a while. So this is what we call as supporting statement. Okay, so your statement that you have paraphrased, and then to support that statement, okay, you include a few citation, a few articles that you have read in order to support that statement. Okay, please use articles that you have read. It is best for you to cite articles that you have read. Okay, it is academically wrong if you mention any articles here that you haven't read. Okay, so best it is you only mention articles that you have read. Okay, and then let's say for another type of statement, if let's say you are doing a narrative statement, okay, let's say according to, but this time for narrative statement, it's a statement that you have paraphrased it as well. Okay, according to, let me choose one. Okay, all right. So let's say I just choose the article, and then I can see this is the citation. Okay, so I just key in Amini et al. Okay, and then I don't have to include the year. After Amini et al., and then I insert citation. Okay. Oh, say Amini and Pritzker. Oh, sorry. And ZKER. Okay. And then comma followed by comma, and then the statement that I have paraphrased. Okay. And then full stop. Okay. So for this type of statement, the narrative statement, so I just include according to Amini and Pritzker, and then I just insert the citation here. What I need to do next is just simply choose again this article, and then I click at this citation here, and then you can edit your reference. Okay. If you want to edit the reference, you just simply click suppress author. Click on suppress author, you save on changes, you insert citation. Oh, sorry. It will be on different part. Oh, sorry. Okay. Again, I click suppress author, click save changes, and then there you go. It only mentioned as year. Okay. To Amini and Pritzker, according to Amini and Pritzker, 2020, comma, and then the statement that you have paraphrased. Okay. So this is narrative statement for paraphrasing narrative statement. Okay, so whenever you do a narrative statement, okay, a paraphrasing narrative statement, okay, the bracket you just use the bracket in the year of publication for APA. Okay, it will be different for other formats, for other citation styles. Okay, let's say if you are doing another set of narrative statement, okay, but this time you are using quotes, sentence quotes. Okay, okay, currently, let's say as mentioned by, okay, if let's say you are out of ideas, either you are keep using the word according to, as mentioned by, and then you lack of any ideas what next to use. Okay, just refer to any other articles here. Okay, just read at the articles, try to look at the example, the way they write the articles, what would be the words that they use. Okay, so try to use that word so that you can have another type of writing here. Okay. Right. So as mentioned by, let me choose another article. Right. So let's say this Kim H, insert, right? Kim, right? And then choose here, select this to edit, and then I suppress the author. And then I want to include the page number as well, since this is a direct quote. Okay, so I just choose page, either page, oh, sorry. Why I can't? Not for a while. Okay, it's actually you can choose either page, book, chapter, and so on. I do not know why my laptop is haywire today. Okay. Okay, never mind. So just choose page number. Let's say I put in the value. It's in the page of, let's say for this quote, it's page 35. And then I save changes. And then it will mention as like this, as mentioned by Kim. in bracket 2021, comma, page 35, and then do this, and then the quotes. Don't forget the inverted commas, right? And then the full stop. So this is another way of narrative statement. This is a sentence quote. Okay, meaning if you are using a sentence quote, please include the page number as well. Where this, hold on. Okay, please include the page number as well so that the user, the reader, they can find the exact quotes on that particular page. Okay, right.
Sorry,
Alright.
can you repeat?
Yes.
Can you repeat again?
Can I repeat again? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So currently what I'm using is the sentence quote. Okay, narrative statement for sentence quote. Maksudnya we want to use direct quote from that particular author. Okay, from that particular article or that particular author. So let me do this again. Okay, let me do another one. Okay, so let's say this is the one as concluded by, let's say by, as concluded by, and then the name of the author. Hold on. Okay, so let's choose one. All right, so let's say this one. Herrick citation. All right, I just key in Van der Herrick, Van den Herrick, right, and then Van der Herrick. So I choose this. I click on this citation, and then I click on this name so that I can edit the references, right? And then I include, so currently it's okay. Okay, so now you have to include the page number or maybe from the value of the book or maybe book, chapter or whatsoever. Okay, currently I'm using page. And let's say you want to put a direct quote from that particular article. Okay, so you have to mention which page does that quotes come from. So let's say you put in, let's say the quotes is from the page 35. Okay, so key in 35 and then you click on suppress author, you click on save changes, and then you do this, and then you put in the quotation mark, the quotation marks, right? And then your statements, the quotes, forget the close the quotes as well. So this is a narrative statement. Okay, narrative statement on sentence quote, meaning that you want to quote exactly what that particular author mentions on that article. Okay, if you are doing a sentence quote, you don't have to paraphrase it. Okay, then whenever that you do a sentence quote, you have to include the inverted commas as well. Okay, and then you have to include the page number as well. Okay, it is best for you to include the page number so that the other reader, whenever they read your article, they can directly find that quote. Okay, all right. So this is what we call as narrative statement on sentence quote. Okay, and this one is narrative statement on um, paraphrasing. Okay, all right. So another one. The same goes with this is a supporting statement. If let's say you do another supporting statement, okay, let's say we add a few papers. Okay, I just insert citation and then full stop. Okay, so let's say you have done your writing. Okay, let's say you have done your writing and then it is time for you to do your referencing. Okay, references should be at the end of the page. Okay, at the end of your paper. Right, so let's say this is your reference. Okay, so for currently, for Mendeley, it does not support standalone bibliography. Does not support standalone bibliography, meaning that any articles that you did not cite, any articles that you read but you did not cite, you cannot include in your references. Okay, it doesn't support standalone bibliography. Only in EndNote they support standalone bibliography, but currently in Mendeley they do not support standalone bibliography. But I have contacted the technical team and they will try to include that in the next updates and so on. So I don't know how long it will take, but I have mentioned to the technical team for Mendeley to include the standalone bibliography so that whatever that you have read, even though you do not use that particular information, but it gives you inspiration or give you ideas to write certain statements and so on, uh, you can include that as your references as well. Okay. Okay. So currently, if let's say you want to do your referencing. So in order for you to do referencing, if let's say you have a few hundreds references inside here, with the click of a button, you can instantly um, create
Excuse
that
me.
citation. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yep.
I'm sorry, I miss how to put the page because I miss your explanation. Could you repeat about the page,
The page.
the
Okay.
change, the
Okay.
setting?
All right. So let's say I just choose this one. Okay. Just click on this article. Sorry, not this article. All right. Let me choose this revert to default. Or let me do another one. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. According to, let's say, the name of the author. Okay. Right. So I just click here according to Grabbits et al. Grabbits et al. And then after that, the statement. Okay. Hold on for a while. Okay. So let's say you want to add on the page number for this sentence quote, okay, narrative statement on sentence quote. Click on this citation and then revert to default, let's say, changes, okay. You click here and then you can click at this, you can edit through this name here on the below right button, you can see Gravitz et al. Click here and then you can include the page here, page number here. Okay, you can choose either page, book, chapter, or maybe chapter 11, or maybe column 2 or so on. Okay, you can choose here. Let's say for this one is alamak. Hold on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you just
And how
choose
about to put the sentence? You copy paste or it's automatically
the sentence
the
is
final
I copy
change
paste.
until
I
adjustment?
copy paste. This one is
Oh,
copy
copy paste.
paste.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one is for sentence quote, you can copy paste because this is a direct quote, meaning you don't have to paraphrase it.
Okay.
You don't have to paraphrase it. Except for if it's a paraphrasing statement, then you cannot copy and paste. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All
Okay. I
right.
understand. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so for referencing, let's say, so let's say currently we have a few citations here and then you want to do your referencing. Okay, just simply click at this three button here. Okay, and then you just insert bibliography. Okay, click on continue. And then with a click of a button, you have all your references made for you automatically. So let's say you have hundreds or you may have 1,000 citations, then you can at an instant they will create for you automatically. Okay, so you don't have to change anything, you don't have to um, edit on anything because everything that is done here is it depends on the information in your Mendeley account. Okay, in your information on each article through here. Okay, so this information generates your references. Okay, if let's say you see uh, anything that is not, let's say for this one knowledge, okay, it is wrongly spelled, you can just simply edit here. Okay, or you can simply, let's say, or you can simply adjust it here. Okay, you can simply adjust here. And then what is the paper, the name of the paper? uh, mechanisms of, okay, or you can just simply click here. Hold on, let me choose. Right. All right, click here and then you can make an amendment through here. And then you just simply update your from library. Okay, once you update the library, then it will automatically make an amendment for you, right? So you just do your amendments either through here or through the information in the Mendeley software itself. Then you update through this section here, update from library. Okay, so this is your references in APA. Yes, you have any question?
Yes, thank you for the information. But I am, well, for this Mendeley, it's very good, I mean, to collect our data and
Yep.
cite it, I mean, can we choose beside it like citation system like MLA or Chicago or
Yes,
something?
yes, yes.
And yes, yes,
Yes.
we can do this.
Yes,
Yes, and
I
now
will
in
show
my
you. Yeah.
yeah, and on my desktop now, I opened Mendeley.com, but it says it's this domain may be for sale, and you said it's free.
Yes, it's free. It's free.
It's not. It's not. How can I
Yeah.
get it for? I mean,
Uh,
for free.
no,
Yeah.
it's actually free. I just downloaded this from the page itself. Okay. Okay. I just
Ah,
download this page. Yeah. Just simply mendeley.com. Okay.
yes, I said Mendeley.com, and
Uh-uh.
I have three things like software, mobile application, and on computer software, or it's education courses. But also it says this domain may be for sale.
Oh, I do not know that
Is
because
yeah.
normally because this is a free account. I just download here and then it's
Okay.
just download automatically for you. You only
Mm.
need to pay that. You only need to pay the account if you want
The
to upgrade
extra,
the
yes,
storage. The storage only. You
yes.
don't have to pay for
I
the
heard you
domain.
said yes,
Uh-uh.
yeah, yeah. And how can I get this UITM library ebook? I am from Middle East now. I'm not on
Uh,
Malaysia.
it, it's not a problem. If whether you
Mm.
download from other country or whatsoever, you don't have to use our domain just to download the
Uh-uh.
Mendeley because we do not subscribe to Mendeley actually.
No,
But
no,
never
I'm not
mind.
talking about Mendeley. I'm talking about the UITM library ebooks.
Okay, ebooks.
Ah,
Okay. So I will get to that later on. Or you can just
okay,
simply I will give you my email. So later
okay.
you can email me later on any other issues.
Thank you.
Yes? All right.
Thank you very
Welcome.
much. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Can
let's
I
say
ask? Can
yes,
I
yes,
ask?
yes. Yes, please
I
do.
Thank
have a
you,
question.
Mr. Hazrul.
Okay.
If you were to add in, say, one of the paragraphs, kan, then suddenly you add in your reference, will this automatically update the bibliography, or you have to do
Yes.
something else to add in?
Okay. Let's say you want to add in another citation and so on, another paper here.
Mm.
Okay. So, okay, let me show you. Let's say you want to add on another article inside here. Okay, you just simply tick any citation. Okay, and then make sure it is before the closing bracket. Okay, and then let's say you just choose any article. Let's say I just want to choose here. I just insert, save changes, and then it will automatically insert the citation here. And then for APA, it will reorganize in alphabetical order, and then it will automatically insert inside here as well.
I
Grabits E
see.
Awesome. Uh, okay, so
Okay,
it
so
will
you
do
don't have to
anything
add anything.
automatically for you.
You will just
Yes,
update it. All.
it
Okay.
will update it automatically for you.
All right. Thank you.
Mr.
Alright,
Hazrul, I
welcome.
have
Yes, yes,
question.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. Boleh.
Okay. I already actually typed inside the chat box. Anyhow, all right.
Uh-huh.
Other than Malay names, can any Muslim names be cited using direct name?
Normally Muslim name kita kena pakai, you have to cite it in direct name normally.
Because you mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, for
Normally for
Malay
Malay
names.
name, yes, for Malay name,
But
but you can
are from other countries, but Muslim names, can it be cited as direct name?
um it depends. Normally you can, but basically if you need to, because it's actually they are the same. Dia punya nama is the same, apa? It's the same name with our names kan. Muhammad
Yes.
Hazrul ataupun you can Abdullah. It's the same name.
Yeah.
So is you can either cite it directly, or maybe you can use the family name to put in as the citation.
Is it as
Yeah.
accordance to the APA?
No, that one is it's actually is according to APA. But for Malay name, it's actually it is the rules is done by kita punya apa, what we call that as Pusat Statistik Negara. Itu
Okay.
our
Is that globally
no, it's not globally.
recognized?
Oh. It should be globally recognized. But we
Right.
can have our own, even though we can have our own punya penetapan actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Because
It actually doesn't matter.
alright, okay. So it is okay to have direct names lah.
Yes, it's okay
do we
to have
need to
direct
refer
names.
to if they are actually using using their father's name for their article being cited on their name in the Google Scholar or I mean in the Scopus or everything? Do we prefer to use that name being cited for his name, or that's why usually cited using if he is actually a prominent writer?
I think if it's a prominent writer, then you just follow whatever that they have they have used in either in Scopus or whatsoever. It is best for you to follow that. But you can, it's actually, if it's Malay name or Muslim name, you can put in as direct name.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome. All right. So let's say after you have submitted your paper, and then after that you need to your supervisor said that you have to submit this paper to any conference and then to be published. This paper needs to be published in any journals or whatsoever. Whenever you want to publish this paper, and then the requirement for that publish, in order for you to publish the paper, you have to use different type of citation, okay, or citation style, which is whatever that they mention. Let's say you need to use IEEE, okay. So how can you change that? So you just simply go to citation settings, and then you change your citation style, and then you just choose a different format. Okay, if you are using, if you means if you want to use MLA, just choose MLA. If you have to use IEEE, just use IEEE, and so on. If it's not here, try to search for another style. Okay, Mendeley, they provide for you more than 7,000 styles. Okay, let's say IEEE. Just click on IEEE, you update your citation style, and then instantly it will change the format according to your citation style. Okay, for IEEE, for citation style, you will use in numerical number. So whatever that you cited first, it will mention as the number. Okay, and then the same goes with the references. Okay, the references as well, it will be the sequence will be not in alphabetical order as APA, but it will be in whatever you cited first. Okay, it will be displayed in whatever you cited first. Okay, so this is IEEE. So let's say if you need to change to another citation style, you can simply change at this section here. Okay, if let's say you have to use MLA, okay, so you just update and then it will change to MLA format. Okay, so as easy as that. All right, so any other question? Okay, any other question so far? So,
Can I have a question again, Mr.?
yes.
Yeah, you said that to log in to Mendeley, it's better if we use
Your personal email.
right? But to log in to Scopus, something like that, database, we should use UITM email.
For Scopus or no, you can either use your UITM or you can use your personal email. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think to log in to database we use UITM email because it's subscribed.
Oh yeah, for database, yes. If you want to open database, yes, you have to use our UITM email so that it recognize you as a UITM student.
Yes, that's why. So if I use Mendeley and then I also want to open database, so I use two email.
No,
do you think it will be synchronized?
No, it will not synchronize. If you use the same email or you use different email, it will not synchronize between online database and Mendeley, because Mendeley is another platform, it's another software. So you can choose to use your both. Of course, the online database you need to use for online database you need to use UITM, but for Mendeley you can use either personal or you can use UITM. It doesn't matter. But if let's say you want to use if you want to access our online database, and then at the same time you want to insert some of the articles directly from the online database straight into Mendeley, you can still use the different type of email. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If let's say you still want to use your UITM email, you go ahead, you can do that as well. Okay. Still, whatever your preferences, either you want to use your personal email or your UITM email, you still can download the article from online database, and then you can insert in your Mendeley account. So it's up to you.
I was confused about that because I think it will not be synchronized if
it will
I
synchronize.
import or.
It will synchronize. It will synchronize.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So any other question?
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask you just said hello. You
Hello,
just said you want to send your email just
yes.
to be contact from the Middle East. Yes.
Yes, I will give you my email in the chat area. Hold on. Or maybe no, I just show you my slide. Where is my slide just now? I have my slides. Okay. This is my email. hazrul@uitm.edu.my.
Mr. Hasrul,
Yes.
just wondering, all reference that all PDF file that we have been upload into the all reference means our master list. Then we already arrange into our collection, everything semua.
Okay.
Let's say we deleted from the master list. So will it still be present in the collection or in the group things?
Okay. So if let's say you delete your articles in your, If let's say you delete one of the articles in your master's list, then it will be deleted as well in your collection. Because this is the master's list. This is just a duplication of article. Okay, this is just a duplicate. Inside here will be all your articles that you have duplicated. So whatever you delete in this section, it will be deleted as well in your collections. But if you want to delete any articles in your collections, okay, your duplication articles, it will not be deleted in your references. Okay, so meaning that in all references, if you delete one of the article inside here, then all your articles in the collection, it will be gone. Okay, but if you delete one of the articles in your collection, still you have the main article will be remain in your references. Okay, if let's say you have deleted your article, okay, in all references, you can still restore that article in the trash area. Click on the trash and then you click on the article and then you just restore that article. Once you restore that article, it will go straight into your all references, but it will not go into your collections. You have to do it manually again, meaning that you have to do it. You have to insert that again into one of the files in the collections. Okay.
My second question, if once we tag the certain article with
together.
one tag group, is there any any button here that we can look at all the tag information, like a group of the
group of tags that you have done. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are no buttons or whatsoever. You just simply go to this filter here. You just refer to this tags area, whatever tags that you have done. That's it. So you don't have any list. So you can so you just go to the filters, just choose the tags here, and then you can see all the list of tags that you have done.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Next question. Any other question? Welcome.
Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Yes. Go on.
Yes. So I was wondering, because just now the references in the Mendeley is mostly articles. How about I want to add in a website? If I want
website.
to.
So if you want to add in website,
Yes.
it's the same thing. You just add new. Okay, click on add new and then add entry manually. And then you just choose your reference type for website, web page. Just use web page and then you just fill in important particular details for web page. Okay, basic information for web page. Okay, normally web page would involve the title of the article, and then the title of the web page and so on. Okay, so you just include the basic information. Let's say like this, web page. Okay, so this is for web page, right? So if you want to add in web page, what you need to have is the name of the author, the date, of course, the title of the work, the name of the site, and the URL. Okay, so you just simply fill in that particular detail in add entry manually. Okay, on this section, add entry manually. Okay, the same goes with other reference type. If you have, if let's say you have a film or maybe an encyclopedia articles or maybe a report and so on, just simply choose the reference type. Once you have filled up the information needed, once you have information needed for that particular type, you just add entry manually. Once you just click on add entry. Once you have done that, then it will the metadata will listed here, like I mentioned earlier. This is what the one I did on books. Okay, so you have your metadata here, and then later when you want to do your citation, you just choose that particular data. Okay, so this is the book that okay, so let's say I just key in one. Let's say I just key in one. So this is the book that I added the entry manually. So I click on save changes, and then you can have, this is the book. Okay, so the same goes with web pages and so on. Right, so anything else?
For example, yeah, just now you showed that it must have the 4 criteria: the author's name, the source, URL. But what if maybe one of the information is missing?
Never
Can we
mind.
use it or?
Yes, you still can use it, but it's actually that would be the basic information. But if let's say you could not find one of the information, never mind, just leave it blank.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks. Yeah.
So any other questions? Yeah.
Sir, I have a question.
Sorry.
Okay, actually, oops.
Hello. Yes. Okay.
I want to ask an opinion. My name, Mr. Azrul, is quite common. There's a lecturer in UUM, exactly my name, and also a lecturer in USIM, exactly my name. Just for your opinion, how should I write my name as an author? So that I can myself.
Oh, so that one would be normally, if let's say, of course, some of the name would be common names, right? So like you mentioned, sometimes it is best. How can you do that?
Azrul, there's a suggestion that I put a third name, like, okay, for example, my name is Rahayu Ahmad.
Okay.
There's a suggestion of to put an hyphen, and then at the end either put my grandfather's name or my husband's name. For example, Rahayu Ahmad dash Alam, which is my husband's name.
Okay.
Or Rahayu Ahmad dash Don, which is my grandfather's name. That is the suggestion by one of the trainers. But I don't know. We are supposed to write articles, right? So if I use Rahayu Ahmad, Google will immediately refer to these two lecturers. Of course, being lecturers, they write a lot of articles. Even for referencing, also every day I get emails from Google asking, "Is this
your article?"
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you suggest? Sorry.
Okay, this would be my first actually. So it's actually okay, I may be wrong. So it is best not to include your husband's name or maybe your grandfather's name or whatsoever, because then it would affect your articles as well. Meaning that whatever articles that you do later on, whatever you write your articles, you should have the same name as well. Okay, even though that is not your name. Okay, whatever it is, you have to use your. I know it's hard for you to Google to differentiate whether this is your article or this article belongs to another author with the same name, but I think you should stick with your whatever name that you have currently, even though it is because it's a common, kan? It's a common name. Sometimes you have the same author with different from different universities as well. And then it is not advisable for you to use underscore or maybe another symbol. Okay, that would be my answer lah for currently, because this would be my first hearing this. But even though I pernah tengok, I've seen some authors with if let's say you open Scopus, if let's say you open Scopus, in Scopus, Abdullah Muhammad Abdullah. If you key in for author profile Abdullah Muhammad, you can find a lot of Abdullah Muhammad. Okay, so that is common. And then to differentiate in Scopus, of course, you can differentiate by the Scopus ID or maybe the OCCAD ID, and then you can see the affiliations and so on. But through through referencing, it is hard for you to differentiate whether you are from which university or maybe you are the other person, which Google cannot identify between you and the other person. So whatever it is, I think you should stick to your original name, and then you have to do it manually in Google, because I don't think that using your husband's name will help out, because again, you start using your husband's name to include in your name. So to all any other articles, let's say if you write any other articles later on, if you intend to write any other articles, you have to write that particular name as well. Okay, so that later when other people do some citation on your name, then you will get that same profile name. Okay, the same goes with Scopus. If let's say you are listed under Scopus, okay, your paper is listed under Scopus, then you have to create an account later on with that particular name. And then your Google account for Google Scholar as well, you have to create for that particular name as well. So you have to stick for that name forever. Macam tu lah. Okay, I may be wrong. Okay, I may be wrong, but because this would be the first time saya dengar benda macam tu lah. Okay, I'm so sorry. So anything?
Alright. Okay, so I have a question on the reference format. Okay, so actually this is one journal. The reference format is actually very similar to the IEEE. It's just that the initial letter is actually being placed instead of being placed in front of the author's name. It's supposed to be placed after the author's punya name dalam reference tu. Okay, but then how can I customize that in the Mendeley? Because last time I tried to place that letter at the back, but once we refresh, then it will turn back to the front kan. So how can I customize that?
It's actually you cannot customize in Mendeley. Mendeley is you don't have that features on customizing on Mendeley. Okay, that's one thing about Mendeley that I think it's a setback lah. It's a setback. If you want to customize some of the citations and whatsoever, it is best for you to use EndNote. For EndNote, that would be a little bit more detailed. You can customize a few things in your citation or maybe your references.
Oh, I see. So we don't have such option lah.
Such option. You don't have that such option for Mendeley. You cannot customize.
Right. Okay, thank you. But then I have another question. Okay, let's say we have this number of the reference like the one on top here, like Grimaldo, Han and all, Isuri. We have multiple authors in our citation. Actually, because it will sort according to the alphabetical order. That do we need to rearrange according to the year it appears?
No.
Because actually last time I received a comment. It asked me to rearrange from the latest to the oldest, macam 2021 first, 2020. So do I really need to normally lah?
Okay. It's actually kan, we have to follow the rules for APA. The rules for APA mention as you have to arrange according to alphabetical order. That would be the rules. Okay. For other citations style, it will they will tell you to follow other rules lah. Okay, but I know some of the journals or whenever you want to publish paper, sometimes they have this criteria whereby you have to rearrange according to year. I have but sadly in Mendeley you cannot do that, because in Mendeley they really obey the rules, meaning that if let's say in alphabetical order, you have to follow the alphabetical order. But for EndNote, you can do it manually. You can change a little bit, customize a little bit.
All right. Okay, thank you. And then sorry, not just another one. Okay, let's say
Yes, 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 yes.
we have this same author we cite multiple times kan. Contoh
Yep.
macam just now, you show like Amini and Pritzker, we actually suppress the author. But then maybe later in the following paragraph, I want to cite Amini and Pritzker again, but I don't want to suppress. So it will not affect each other kan?
No, it will not.
Or
It will not.
it can, right? Okay. So meaning we suppress only for that particular
Yeah, for that particular
appearance.
citation.
Citation only. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So we.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you
welcome.
very much, Doctor. All right.
Okay, any other questions?
Is the file being given earlier because I entered the seminar late? Is your presentation being given earlier, the file?
The file? No, we don't have the file. You can refer to the video. Later you can Dr. Siti Mazwana will give you the video. You can find the video in this Microsoft Teams actually later on in the chat section.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum, Cik Azrul. I have a question.
Salam. Okay. Salam.
Okay, who's going to first?
Okay.
Maybe you first lah.
Okay. Alright. Sorry. A very simple question. Actually, I'm more familiar with Mendeley, but my supervisor said, why not EndNote? But I don't really have any experience about EndNote. So when I use Mendeley, does my supervisor actually know that I'm using Mendeley instead of EndNote?
No. He would know unless you bagi tahu dia lah. Unless you tell him that you are using Mendeley.
That
So
would be
if
great. Okay.
yeah. So it's actually my opinion on this. If let's say lah, you can use Mendeley, or you can use either Mendeley or EndNote. Okay. But it is best for you to follow the crowd. Meaning that if your lecturer says that you have to use EndNote, you better use EndNote. Bukan better, you use EndNote so that if let's say you want to use maybe you want to do the discussion through groups area, to the group section, you can use if let's say your supervisor is using EndNote, then you can create a group under EndNote so that you can interact with each other using that group section. Okay, and then if let's say you are having a problem with your EndNote, so that your supervisor can help you out on that matter. So it's not like macam it's two different set of things. If let's say you're using Mendeley, your lecturer is using EndNote, and in case you have any problem, then you could not meet in the middle, something like that lah. Okay, but doesn't matter if as long as your supervisor doesn't require you to do anything that is customizable, then you are safe. Okay.
I see, because my concern is that if I want to use EndNote, means I have to uninstall my Mendeley, right?
Yes.
But I've done almost like macam the early phase like through Mendeley, so I was like thinking like I have to start all over again. So that's my main concern, yeah.
Yes.
Hello,
So
Encik.
when is
Yes. Okay, go on. Boleh.
Hello.
Yes. Go on.
Encik Azrul, I have an issue regarding your Mendeley when I plug in the Microsoft Words. But then when I want to cite the Mendeley, the login pop-up did not appear. Did you have any idea about that?
No. But you have the plugin, meaning you have installed the plugin in the Words, but whenever you want to get started it doesn't appear.
Yeah.
Macam ni kejap Macam ni. References.
At the site.
Okay, make sure you are online. Are you online? Meaning that whenever that you have to say, you have to be online. Tu je.
Yeah, I am
online.
Always online.
Always online. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But it should be no problem actually. Okay, can you try later on, or let's say if you still facing the same issue, I think it is best for you to come and see me so that I can try to resolve that matter, because sometimes I cannot see the problem. Maybe there are some issues in your laptop or whatsoever that causes the problem.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much,
Okay,
Cik Azrul.
welcome. Sama. Any other question?
Encik Azrul, my question is, a part of the citations, what does mean with et al? For example, Ali et al.
Okay. So at all means dan lain-lain. And so in so what's that? In APA, sorry, in APA format, normally if let's say you are doing your citation, if the article involve more than two person, normally it will mention as at all. Only the first author, then the rest will follow by at all. For references, after more than 4 authors, then it will mention as at all. At all means and dan lain-lain.
Okay, I see. My next question is linked with the previous question, which let's say that we already add on references and we want to amend our writing. So there is a new paragraph and a new citation. Is it automatically add on at the reference size?
Yes, it will add on automatically.
Same goes when we want to remove the
citation. Yes. Once you, if let's say you decided to remove one of the citation, then it will remove as well in the references.
I see. That's all from me. Thank you, Jen.
Okay, welcome. Any other questions?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I am Vivian. So I've been using the Mendeley desktop version, and then in my library over here, so I got a lot of articles that I downloaded, of which I do not know whether I use it or not. Okay, my question is, this one particular articles that I have here, I mean I am referring to the desktop version, yeah, not the website
the
one.
web version. Okay.
So over here, I saw an icon of two papers. Like, okay, if you have an interface of Mendeley desktop with you right now, there's a star. There's a star.
Star.
The star. Eh, why our interface is not the same?
Because you're using an old Mendeley, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's why.
And then I saw this one particular icon that have two papers. So normally over there it shows up like a PDF icon, but then for this particular one, it only have like a two paper. I mean the icon looks like a two papers like that. So when I try to click on this particular articles, right, over here it says article A, but then when I click out, it is like article B. So I do not know how is this, and then I do not know how to sync this particular article. So how can I resolve this? Yeah.
Okay. So the title stated different, but the attachment is otherwise stated different as well.
Correct.
Okay. So you need to, let's say if you have that attachment. Okay, sorry. Because I'm using the latest version. So let's say you go to the information, you can delete the PDF. Okay, delete the attachment, then you reattach to that original article.
So basically, it means So basically,
never mind.
it means the two paper. It means like a duplication ke apa ke what?
Okay.
What is it,
Sometimes you, because you can attach more than one paper in one article. Meaning that, okay, let's say I want to attach another one. So in one article, okay, in the same article, okay, I can attach more than one paper. I have two papers here, like here. So because sometimes some topic they have different sets of paper. Maybe some of which will be the secondary document, secondary paper, and then maybe a pattern paper and so on. That's why you can include it together.
I see. So for example, because this one particular article has more articles inside that one, so we just
one
have to
title,
delete it lah.
So you just delete whatever that you need. Maybe if let's say you need both articles, then let it be like that. If let's say you just only need one article because the other one doesn't give you any information whatsoever, you just delete.
All right, all right.
Ah,
Thank you, doctor. Thank
okay,
you.
welcome. So, okay, if let's say you are using the old version, okay, if you say you're using old version, you can simply uninstall the old version and then just reinstall the new version. Okay, just reinstall the latest version, and then all your data, all your information, all your articles inside here, it won't be lost. Okay, you won't lose all your articles. You still have your articles because currently you are installing the software, but um, the article is in cloud storage, the Mendeley cloud storage. So except for if you delete your profile. If you delete your profile, then you will lose all your articles. But currently, if you just uninstall your article or you just update to the latest version, then you will lose all your articles inside here. Okay.
All right, thank you, doctor.
All right, welcome. Any other question?
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Yes, go on.
Hello.
Yes.
What about students who had to use mobile device like phones or tab to write their report? Is there a Mendeley app for those
No.
device?
No,
No.
Mendeley, previously Mendeley have this mobile app, but they have obsolete that app, and then you can, if you, let's say if you want to do your work using the tab or any other gadgets, you have to browse using the web version.
Or web version?
Just go to the web version and then just use your account, and then you can access through the web version.
All right, noted. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Any other question?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Like once we download our PDF form, we put inside one of our in our own laptop. Then let's say I've already downloaded into the Mendeley Reference Manager. Then I can delete my my folder in my desktop, right?
Yes, you can. You can, because all your articles, they have insert into the cloud storage, okay, the Mendeley cloud storage. But it is best you don't delete all your articles in your physical storage. Okay, it is best for you to transfer the whole article into another cloud storage. Okay, if you have your own cloud storage, maybe for Google Drive or maybe for one account, please do that so that you have a backup.
Right. Another question is that, can Mendeley actually capture any duplication paper? Means, for example, I might miss a paper that already download
Insert.
into all reference. Yes.
Yes.
Then actually it won't duplicate the paper, right?
No. Last time you can have that features in the previous version. Okay. In you have that features, meaning that you can go to tools and then you can search for any duplications and then you can delete that. But for the latest version, currently, they do not have. I do not know why they take out that particular um features for checking on duplication. But currently, if you have duplication, it will state it inside here as well. Okay, there will be inside here as well. You have to do it manually.
Still manually.
I don't know, but because the previous version, they have that features whereby you can detect any duplication. I do not know why they take them out. Okay, so any questions? Ada soalan lain? Okay. So if there are no any other questions, okay. I would like to thank you everybody for on today's session. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your questions. Okay. So in case if you have any other question regarding Mendeley, okay, so you can email me. Okay, if let's say you are not physically here, okay, just email me, so we will try to resolve that matter. Maybe we can do I can remote from your laptop to my laptop to see the problem and so on. Okay, but if you are physically here, let's say you are in nearby, I would prefer for you to come and see me face to face so that we can resolve that matter instantly and so on. Okay, so I hope you have my email. So I couldn't find my email. Never mind. Later, you can ask. Okay, never mind. I just show you my screen for a while again. Okay, so that whenever whoever so you can. This is my email hazro@uitm.edu.my. Okay, so in case anything on library matters, okay, if you have anything on library matters or anything on Mendeley, okay, do inform me and I will respond back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so with that, I would like to pass this session to Dr. Siti Mazwana. So thank you very much, and hopefully you gain all the information you needed. And sorry for any inconveniences or whatsoever. Okay. So with that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening to all. Sorry, still morning.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Azrul. So I'm going to share my screen on the attendance. Okay, so those who attend this session, you will get a certificate. Sometimes next week, I'll contact all of you using your email. Okay, so can you see the screen?
Just wondering, like previous session, I already also entered the attendance list, but I never received any certificate.
Yeah, because the certificate is ready, but I didn't contact all of you because my schedule is quite hectic for past few weeks. So never mind, I'll contact those who attend the past session as well. Okay.
Thank you, Puan.
All right. So please scan this QR code.
We can use any email, right? Or you want to use we use the Siswa email, the UITM email.
Whichever email that easy for you to access.
Okay, thank you, Puan.
Yes.
How can we receive the video, the recording?
In the email, I'll attach the link for the recorded video as well.
Thank you very much.
All right. So,
One?
yes.
What? Okay. I joined the session just now as a guest. I didn't enter my email. How can I reach you for the link and also for the certificate?
You need to key in. You need to scan this QR code and fill in this feedback form.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. In the feedback form, it requires you to put in your email. So I'll take that email and communicate using that email.
Okay. Thank you, Puan.
Right. Okay. Any more? So have everyone scan the QR code.
I'm not yet. Can you give me a minute?
Okay, sure.
Can you give a link because I'm using phone for this video call?
Okay, the link can you give me sometimes because I need to end this screen sharing first. Then only I can use the chat box.
Okay.
Okay, have everyone scan the QR code?
Well, actually, I need the link because I'm using my phone and
Okay, sure.
I don't have the
So-
chat box because I am a guest. Yeah.
Hello, Doktor.
So, hold on.
Hello, Doktor.
Ya.
Kalau email tu kita letak bukan student email tak apa ke, Doktor?
Boleh.
Okay. Terima kasih, Doktor.
Boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay. Okay, can anyone see the Q&A section?
No, not yet.
Okay, I've posted just now a link of the Google form. Otherwise, hold on, let me. Okay, hold on.
Can we see the link on the screen, please?
Wait. Okay, give me a minute because the link, if I share it, okay, never mind. Okay, this is the link. You want to copy that? Those who can see the chat box or those who can see the Q&A section, I've posted the same link.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay, so please fill in the feedback form latest by end of business day today. It means that by 5 p.m. You must key in the details that I need in the feedback form. So with that, I would like to thank Mr. Hazrul for his time. We will contact again for another session. So we will have another session, smart referencing using EndNote after this. So students, please check out our IG and FB. I'll update the poster there. I think it's early January. Okay. So with that, thank you everyone for your time. Hope to see you all again and you get benefited from this session for your studies. Okay. So thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Hazrul.
Right, thank you.
Okay, thank you
Goodbye.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Dr.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.